What's going on? My name's Mitchell. I'm out here in Cali right now, just on a little vacation, but that's not what this is really about. I kind of want to touch on the Treyvon Martin situation, even the Mike Brown situation, the most recent situation. These things have to stop. You know, a lot of you are giving out opinions. You're giving out your opinions and you don't even relate, or you know, you just don't care, and you gotta be careful because a lot of people are sensitive to those situations. I've been in that situation myself, you know, leaving a restaurant, and me and my friend are out in the parking lot, and a cop comes up to us. I'm sorry, not a cop, he was a security guard. He had on cargo pants, black cargo pants, and a polo shirt, and he comes up to us and says, "Sir, what's going on out here? I need to see some IDs." Now let me remind you that we just walked out of the restaurant, maybe 5-10 minutes. He asked for IDs, and my friend says, "Well, sir, where's your badge at? Who are you to be asking us?" And he's like, "Hold on." He said, "I got something for you," and he reaches for his gun. Reaches for his gun, and my friend's like, "Hold on, man." My homie said, hold on, man, it ain't even that crucial." And he gives him his, you know, he reaches for it, he shows his ID. The guy smacks it out of my friend's hand, turns him around, and puts him in cuffs. Puts him in handcuffs. And then, as he's putting the cuffs on him, he tackles my friend from behind, on his face. Now, unnecessary, you know. And then all of a sudden, maybe 30 seconds later, another security guard comes out of the way, and he's, you know, tells me, "Oh, back up, sir, back up." And I'm like, "Sir, don't touch me. I'm nowhere near that situation. I'm 20 feet away." Because it just didn't seem right that one guy would walk up on two males solo and be that brave to tackle somebody without the intent of basically shooting us if we got out of line. Now, I've been in that situation, and they go on. I was frustrated, you know. I was like, "Man, that's wrong." You know, I probably said a few cuss words, yeah, but I was in the right. You know, this guy's violating our rights. So he tells me to shut up. He said, "Before I put you in handcuffs." I said, "Do what you need to do." I told him do what he needs to do, and he puts me in the handcuffs. He tells me to stand, you know, puts me in handcuffs, sits us both down on the sidewalk. We're sitting on the sidewalk, and I remember it like it was yesterday. This group of people walks by, and this girl looks at me and says, "Well, y'all should have done what you were supposed to do, and you would have never been in this situation." Now, let me tell you, this girl wasn't even out there. What she saw was two black boys sitting on the curb with cuffs, and I was frustrated. That's what she saw. She didn't even see the situation. So it started becoming more of a reality to me of what was really going on, and that race had a lot to do with it. And it was crazy. He tells me to stand up. And I said, you know, I asked him, I said, "Where we going? You don't even have a car. You know, you don't even have a cop car." He says, "Get up." And he picks me up. I have cuffs behind my back. I'm cuffed behind my back. And he makes me walk in front of him, and he tackles me on my face. He jumps on my back and puts his knee on the back of my neck, and then takes his hands and starts smushing my face into the ground in front of like 30-something people. Waiters, customers. This is kind of like a plaza area, so people are looking at this. A lot of people probably walked in at different time periods, so they don't really know what went on. But, you know, basically, he tells my friend, his partner, is like, "Hey," he kept yelling his name. His name was Officer Nickens. He's like, "Come on, Nick, get off of him, get off of him." And he's like, and I'm yelling. I'm like, "Man, I told him," I said, "You're a sucker, you're a coward. You had to do this while I was in handcuffs." I'm telling him, you know. And he's like, "Sir, please." His friend is telling me, "Sir, calm down, because he's going to keep doing it if you don't stop." I said, "He's going to have to kill me out here." That's what I told him. He's going to have to kill me out here. And then he's like, you know, "Get off of him, please." And he got up off of me. My face is all screwed up, man, from him, you know, scrubbing my face across the ground. And, you know, a lot of you want to say Mike Brown and Treyvon Martin should have just been reserved and kind of just played the, you know, the good guy role. Oh, just do what you need to do, officer, you know. But you always can't do that, and my situation proves that. You know, when he tackled my buddy, I could have just punched him in the back of the head, and then we could have been off and running. We could have been, they would have never found us, never known anything. But, you know, sometimes you know, when you cooperate, it still does nothing. You know, we don't know the exacts to the Treyvon Martin situation, but I know he didn't have to be shot. We don't know the exacts to the Mike Brown situation. Well, we know most of the, you know, information on that because it's witnesses that were actually out there. And I hope we get to the bottom of that, because that's ridiculous. Nobody needs to be shot 9 times. And I feel like both of those situations, like Zimmerman and that officer, and the one that was in my situation, they're cowards. These are guys that have to, you know, why are you gonna approach anyone if you know you can't defend yourself? Why are you on the police force if you know you can't defend yourself? You knew you had the gun. You knew you had the leverage. These guys are cowards. They're no different from the guys that, you know, that some of y'all look at in black on black violence that only participate in altercation if they have the upper hand, a gun. They're no different from those guys. So I don't respect them, and I hope we get to the bottom of it. And, you know, a lot of you are looking down on, you know, young blacks. You know, when we get in trouble young, you know, you felt like Mike Brown deserved it. Some of you were like, oh, well, they were going down the wrong path anyway. That's not fair, because, you know, when you look at it, I've done more time as a teenager than all of them, both of them put together, you know. And I'll get back to that, but let's look at it. You know, George Bush, your president that a lot of you voted for, you know, he had a theft charge from a hotel, stealing things, and, you know, had DUIs. And these are why he's in his 20s, not 17 Treyvon Martin, 18-year-old Mike Brown. This guy was in his 20s, still doing foolish things. Your president that you voted for, okay? And this video is really targeted towards the people that, you know, have negative things to say about Mike Brown and Treyvon Martin, who really don't understand the lifestyle. But, you know, I've been in those situations, and those of you that want to write young black teens off, that you feel like, oh, they're in this lifestyle of violence, and look, some of us grew up around that. You don't even understand. What you can do is pray that we get out of it. And if we don't, we've got a justice system. We got a justice system. Use it. You know, when that guy shot up the whole movie theater, did the police run up on him and shoot him? Nah, they tried him. They took him to court. He could have done the same thing with Mike Brown. Could have done the same thing with Treyvon Martin. It's no difference. You know, I'm just, you know, and like I said, I've been in that situation. You know, my family knows. You know, I put my family through a lot of hurt. But, you know, fast forward 10 years later, you know, I was 16. Fast forward 10, 11 years later, look at me. You know, I'm on the beach. You know, I'm not worried about nothing. You know, I go to Vegas tomorrow. And this is not a bragging or a boasting thing. This is more so of, look what happens when you give us a chance. Look at what we can do. And I'm not even, you know, I'm just another guy, you know, that finally got it together. But this is Mitchell. I'm signing off. Shout out to everybody who, you know, who's gonna watch this video and have good things to say. You can comment on it. I just felt like I needed to vent to you guys. And I pray for both of the Treyvon Martin, you know, and Mike Brown families. Excuse me for my grammar if I pronounce words wrong, or, you know, said things that didn't make sense. I'm sure I did pretty decent. I'm trying to do this in one take. So y'all have a good one. I'm about to jump in this water. Hopefully there ain't no sharks out here. All right, peace.